Shalom, shalom, shalom. It's your boy Wahala Nafatali back again with another rebuttal. So we got this guy called the Deacon from Sicarii. Right, makes a post, makes a video in regards to Polynesians not being Israelites. So what I'm going to do is show you how this guy isn't dealing with the spirits, and he's only dealing with hatred in his heart. Alright? So, when you watch his video, he starts with Genesis 49 verse 21. And it talks about the hind let loose and giving goodly words, etc., etc. So the deacon goes into the commentary and he reads about speed, about music, and he asks the question in regards to Polynesians, music not being globally known, right? He obviously hasn't been to our part of the world where Polynesians are thriving within the music industry. All he needs to do is either type in Polynesian music or even listen to or type in reactions to Polynesian music. Alright, you got groups like 1-4 that'll be reacted worldwide by people in America and UK. Alright, now here's a problem with their statements, Mr. Deacon. Right, if you're saying that Polynesians isn't known as global as per their music, can you give me a few of the Argentina or music that came out of Chile that is on a global scale as per you're requiring us to prove to you, Deacon? And then you talk about speed, asking, do Polynesians have speed? The issue with you is you're so judgmental, bro. You don't realize that in our atmosphere in the South Pacific, we're known for hits, speed, skills, all natural. That's why we're selected to play for certain countries like Australia, New Zealand, England. You'll find our people, the Polynesian people, right, within these nations running the games. Right? And when I talk about Polynesia, I'm including Micronesia and also Melanesia as well. We're ruling these games within these atmospheres that we live in. When you look at the Australian scene, once upon a time, it was all Caucasians within these groups. But now you have a mixture of islanders, aborigines within these groups that are dominating it. But let me play one clip just to shut your damn mouth, because you don't know what you're talking about, Deacon. You're all puff, right? I don't know what issues you have in regards to Polynesian, and you are right. The word Polynesian means many. And the issue with you is you don't realize that the actual Pacific Isles is conquered lands, no different than our brothers within the Native American locations and also South America. I've already proven how South America and Polynesian are connected from Chile to Easter Island, which is also a part of Chile. If you do the bloody research, mate. And if you do the research in Hawaii, Hawaii is the 50th state of America, which means that all tribes are in the Northern Kingdom as well. Or Northern Territory location. But you're too blind and too stubborn to realize that, man. Alright? You become too buffed. But I'm going to play one clip just to shut your damn mouth and show you that we do have speed. Just like the deer, the hind let loose. So this brother's name is Roger Tuvasa. Let's get it.
Roger the Dodger, RTS, Roger Tuvasa check.
speed. And this is only one of many brothers within the Pacific realm that move like this. But you're too ignorant to do the research, brother. I've already proven that Easter Island, which is the starting point of Polynesia, when we fled the location what you call Chile and Argentina, because Chile and Argentina are made up words. They weren't originally named Chile and Argentina. That one whole landmass that you call South America was ruled by the Manchu nation once upon a time. And if you do the research on the Spanish invasion when they went to war, it's under the Araucano books. You'll find it that Chile was the last standpoint because Argentina was already taken over by the Spanish. But you're too ignorant to research this information. It's so simple, man. And then you'll find that there are a lot of Chiles through Peru traveled to the seas to survive this ambush that was occurring during the period of the wars. And a lot of them fled to Hawaii, a lot of them fled to Easter Island, and now to the South Pacific. But you're too ignorant to realize that Polynesia, as you stated, the word means many, is a conquered land, no different to the other northern tribes. You'll find out there are Edomite Polynesians, there are Japheth Polynesians. I don't disagree that there's Japheth in the islands, but Japheth is dwelling in all the tents of Shem, which means Japheth is scattered to the four corners as well, because Shemites are scattered to the four corners of the earth. And that's the problem that you don't understand. Easter Island, the pinnacle start of Polynesia, the capital of Easter Island is Chile. Can't you see the connection in the spirituality in your head, since you say you're spiritual? Can't you see that Hawaii is the 50th state of America, which means all tribes are within the northern atmosphere and also scattered to the four corners of the earth, according to Isaiah 11:11 and verse 12. But you're too ignorant to realize that. If you did the basic research that Polynesia traveled to the South Pacific around the 1500s, 14 to 1500s, during that war period. But it wasn't only Israelites that came from Peru to the South Pacific, because some came from Asia as well. And this is in the scriptures. That's why Isaiah chapter 41 tells you that they were scattered in the whirlwind. And they went by boats, man. Can't you understand, man? Something so basic. And when you talk about music, as I said, type in the word Buya tribe and tell me how many African Americans acknowledge who Buya tribe is. One of the biggest, oldest American Polynesian hip-hops that was recognized in a global state. Where do you think the word Buya comes from? It comes from Buya tribe. They're the originators of that word. Buya. That's why you have a lot of athletes, African American athletes, they quote that word Booyah. Where do you think it comes from, man? Watch that movie South Central with the Deuces. One of the songs on there are from the Booyah tribe. A movie that's been watched here in the South Pacific often because it's a classic. But you're too ignorant to realize that. And all these idiots that keep saying that Polynesians hate African Americans, why don't you acknowledge the march that we did for you guys? And not only that, why are you only playing one clip that says that Polynesians hate African Americans? You know that's BS. Do some research on Hawaii. When the African American slaves came to Hawaii, we were the ones that helped them out. Why don't you talk about that, bruh? But you're too ignorant. You use one little clip on YouTube and make a whole bloody that all Polynesians hate African Americans. Why don't you talk about the Mexicans that hate African Americans? But no, it's a pick and choose, and then you use the scripture, it's a hatred for their brother. So ignorant, man. But I don't need to watch your whole clip. Just that first few minutes of the clip where you're talking about speed and music, all you need to do is just the basic research. Let me get one song for you since you're obviously blinded. Let's go Savage. Well, yeah, let's go Savage, yeah.
I can't go nowhere unless you're by my side. I gotta have you.
So this brother's name is Savage. He's from the Polynesian location, who you called Jafford, which you obviously have no clue. So he does a song with Akon. You do know who Akon is, right? Everybody in America know who Akon is. If you don't know who Savage is, you obviously haven't done your research. Savage did a song with, who's that guy that did that Superman song? I forgot his name, but anyways, I'll just play the song. But anyway, as I said, Deacon, you don't know shit, mate. How are you in the spirit and you don't know the basic information? Come here to the South Pacific and you'll find out who's running it. We are in conquered lands, and yet we're still thriving on the charts over here, even recognized by those in the States. But as I said, you have a problem now, Deacon, because you're asking Polynesians to prove that with Nafatali by music and speed. Now I'm asking you, or challenging you, Deacon, can you give me one song, or let's say 5 songs from Argentina or from Chile that are on a global scale, that is recognized? Right? I can give you 10 songs that is recognized worldwide. I'll just type in Booyah Tribe, Mac 10. Let's just do a search. That's a song straight for you, Deacon. You're a straight up hater. You have no game, brother. You ain't in the spirit. You don't get it. Better do some research, Deacon. You have no clue, bruh. Your talk. If you want to discuss it, feel free to ask, man. I'm available. I already posted on my YouTube channel, showing you the connection of South America and Polynesia, and also in the north as well. But as I said, you don't know the basic information, because you're clouded by hate. You're a hater. And let's go into America. Do I need to type in this brother? Pittsburgh Steelers. Do I need to go there?
With the 16th selection in the 2003 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Troy Polamalu, safety from Southern California. How do you spell Polamalu? Polamalu. Another great play by Polamalu. Now that's an athlete. Troy has had a monster game. Unbelievable play.
Do I need to go there, Bishop? Do I? This is one of many Polynesians out there. We're known for raw speed, power, skills, agility, but we're also humble too. So in all due respect, you don't know what you're talking about. You need to rethink on what you're saying. If you're saying Polynesia is Jafford, you're ignoring the fact that Polynesia means many, as you stated in the beginning of your clip, which means it's conquered lands. There's other nations within these islands too, which includes Esau, Ham, descendants of Elam. But you're too blind to see it. You clouded your hatred to research the truth. And there's an issue in regards of Polynesian being Jafford as a whole. As I said, because that word many is your issue. You don't realize the different nationalities within these groups. But I want you to think about this one thing, and I'm going to say it clearly. Not all Polynesians are Israelites. As I said, why? Because the word Polynesian means many. But don't be the idiots that when you hear the word Samoa, Tonga, automatically class them as Jafford. Because you might not realize there might be Esau, or there might be an Israelite. It's all based on the spirit, right? But I've given you two responses and rebuttal in the words that you used, or the request that you requested, to show a scale In America, their Polynesian music has come out. I've given you Booyah Tribe. And then I've shown you Speed in America and in the South Pacific with Troy and also Roger Tuvasa. There's so many more I can go into, but I guess you're too ignorant to look at it. But if you want to chat, hit me up. This is your boy Wahala Napatala. Happy Shabbat to those that celebrate it. And I'm out. Peace!